In this video, I'm going to show you how to create light beams completely inside Photoshop. So let's get started. Hey, what's up guys, my name is Dhruval and welcome to another video by Tutorials Junction. And as you can see, this is the final output and this is the original photo and this is what we will create. I'm also going to show you how to create this dust particles, as you can see here. Let's turn it down, this dust particles, and also I'm going to show you how to create this light rays and also the beam itself. Now let's go to the original photo here. So if you want to use this picture, the download link is in description, so feel free to use it. Now first of all, let's double click on this background and unlock it. Now we have to make a copy of it, so press Ctrl J and rename it to multiply. And just like the name, go and change its blending mode to multiply. So the entire image is dark, but we only want it dark on the outside. So let's make a selection. It's super easy. Right click here, go and select a polygon lasso tool. Now you have to make a rough shape of your beam. So here's one advice, start a little bit outside of your document. So I'm gonna start from here, then let's go and make a something like this. Then I'm gonna go and make okay, that's way too far. You can use backspace to delete it. So I'm gonna go and do a click here, then a little bit click here, then let's go and end it up somewhere around here. Perfect. Now we have to apply a layer mask, so go and apply it from here. Now it's inverted, we want darkness on the outside, so select a layer mask and press Ctrl I. So easy. Now let's make it a little bit softer. So for that, just double click on your layer mask here, double click, and then increase the feather until the edge is exactly as you want. So don't worry if it goes way too crazy, go 100, 150, it's completely fine. So I'm gonna go and keep it somewhere around like 148. That looks good. Go and close it. Now we have to make a copy of it, but as you can see, it is way too dark in this area. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select my brush and let's change it to something normal round brush, and it's really soft, 0%, and the opacity, make it somewhere around like 20-30%. 25 is good. Now I'm gonna go and paint with black color, so the effect will be little less here. As you can see, that's way too much. Let's go and try the opacity somewhere around like 10%, 15. Okay, perfect. That's nice. Now I'm gonna go and make a copy of this layer, so go and press Ctrl J, so another copy. But as you can see, it is way too strong, so I'm gonna go and change the opacity to somewhere around like 60%, and then I'm gonna do the same here. I'm gonna go and change the opacity somewhere around like 60-70%. 75 looks pretty good. Now go and activate your top layer again, then go and press Ctrl J. But this time I'm gonna go and change the blend mode to normal and activate my layer mask, and then I'm gonna press Ctrl I. So as you can see, the effect is, if I turn it on and off, as you can see, only this middle part is visible. So that's looking pretty good. And I'm gonna go and increase the opacity somewhere like 80% or something like that. So on solo layer, it looks something like this. Okay, we good? Now go and create new adjustment layer. Then go and select color balance. Here, before you apply any kind of adjustment, go and turn on the clipping mask. So if you do any changes, it will only stay in the middle. You see the layer below it. So go and add a little bit of yellow. Oops, 0. We need to change highlights actually. So go and add a little bit of yellow in the highlights, a little bit of red here. Don't overdo with the red, be very careful. So that's pretty good. Now go to shadows and add a little bit of yellow. Looking really nice. Now go and add a little bit of red too, is good. So now if I turn it on and off, it gives it that really nice feeling of sun. Now let's go and create some rim lighting. So let's go and create new blank layer and name it rim light. Now rim lighting is a really sharp light that will appear here on the edge because sun is hitting directly her. So let me explain you how. You go and right click here, select a quick selection tool and activate your layer 0 here for the selection. So now I'm gonna go and make a rough selection of model. It doesn't have to be best in the world. So as you can see, I made the selection. Now I'm gonna modify it a little bit. So I'm gonna go to select, modify here, and then I will apply a little bit of feather. Not too much. I think 2 pixels should be more than enough. So go and add 2, hit OK. Now you have to do a little bit of painting. So how are you gonna do that? Make sure you activate your rim light layer again here, then select a brush tool And in the color, right now keep it completely white, we will change it later. So with white color, go and paint somewhere around here. Now as you can see, the opacity is low, so go and make it 100% all the way, then go and paint here something like this. Nice. Now go and change its blending mode to screen. Then make sure this layer is still active. Go to image, adjustment, and then you have to go to hue saturation. Here, before you see anything, go and decrease the lightness a little bit, then increase the saturation, and also turn on the colorize option. So let's go and turn down this and increase the saturation. So now you will start seeing some sort of color. See? Make sure colorize is on, you decrease the lightness, and then you increase the saturation, and then you can get the exact color you want. So I want a little bit yellowish because the sun is gonna be slightly yellow, so that's looking actually really nice. Then go and hit OK. Now we're gonna remove the selection. So for that, go to select, and then go to deselect. So as you can see, we have this really nice rim lighting, but it's a little bit strong. So go and change the opacity somewhere around like 50%. 50-60 is good. Oh, perfect. Now we have to create a little bit of shadows. Now we have to create a little bit of shadows. So for that, go and create another blank layer, and this time rename it. Now before we start to paint, we need selection back. So instead of selecting it again, you can do this trick. You go to select, and here you have this option of reselect. So it will load up your last selection and you don't have to do the hard work. So just like the rim light, in the shadows we will paint with black color to make it darker. But here, before you paint, you go and make the opacity somewhere around like 30-40%. So 25 is good. Now I'm gonna go and make my brush a little bit bigger, and then you go and start painting just like this. It's not that difficult, you can do it, it's easy. Nice. Now go to select and deselect, and the selection is gone. So now if I turn it on and off, really beautiful shadows. But just like the last time, let's decrease the opacity so they blend in real nice. So keep it somewhere like 60%. Let's turn it on and off. Amazing. So now if we turn this both on and off, see the depth and the lighting looks amazing. Now we have to create a little bit of sparkling glow in the water and on the lady. It's real easy. Go and create new blank layer, and let's name it glow. Then go and change your color to white, and make sure opacity somewhere around like 100%. Then go and paint where you will paint. So do you see these bright portions here? You will go and paint there. I think 100 is way too much. Let's try 50. Okay, nice. Now go and paint a little bit here, a little bit on the dress here. Now let's go and paint on the water. Here you see this stuff here. Nice. Then go and change its blending mode to, where is it, soft light. So as you can see, there's a little bit of glow, but it's way too strong. So first of all, just go and directly make it 0. So there is no effect. Now start adding in a little bit until it looks really nice and blends better. So I think somewhere around like 30% should be good. So if we turn it on and off, see that sparkle on the water looks way better. All the crazy hard work is done. Now let's do some fun stuff. So first of all, let's go to adjustment layer and select levels. Here I will give it a little bit of contrast. So go and make it a little bit brighter from here and touch darker from here. Looking pretty good. Go and close it. After that, go and create another adjustment layer and get a selective colors. Here first of all, we're gonna go to reds because there's a lot of red, and add a touch of it. So the dress has a little bit of punch, and then add a little bit of blacks to it. So we have this really nice contrast, looks beautiful. Then we're gonna go to greens, and in greens, so how you gonna go add greens? So this is red, this is green, and this is blue. So we're gonna go and add a little bit of green by sliding it this way. So as you can see, it gives it really nice saturation in that green. Nice. Now let's go and go to neutrals. Here you will add a little bit of blacks to give it some real nice contrast, looks amazing. And then go to blacks and remove a little bit of power from the shadows, so it makes a little bit washed out shadows, you know what I mean. But don't do it too much. -1 or 2 is the limit. So -2 looks good. Now if I turn it on and off, see the colors look much better. Let's go and close this little thing here. Now let's go and create those little tiny dust particles that we always see whenever there is ray of light or little bit of beam coming. So to do that, it's super easy. Go and create a new blank layer from here and make sure you right click and select your paint bucket tool, and the color here should be absolute black. Then fill it. After that, go to your filter, go to noise and add a little bit of noise. So let's go and make it somewhere around like 80% or something, little bit. Okay, so 70-80 looks good, and in here it should be Gaussian and monochromatic, so you don't have any color here, so it should be monochromatic. Hit OK. So after that, go to filter gallery, and here go and let me find it. Crayon filter, yes, do you see this crayon, I don't know how to pronounce that. So this crayon filter, click on that and let's zoom out so you can see what the heck is going on. Okay, so it is something like this. It's way too much, so let's go and adjust the numbers. Okay, so 13 is too much and 14 is too little. Life of a graphic designer. So we're gonna keep it 13. Background level is at 4. The texture is canvas. It's 50. It's 0. You can see the numbers. Go and hit OK. Now I'm gonna go and change its blending mode to screen. So there's no black part, only little bit of particles, but we only need it in the ray. So how do we do that? Go and apply a layer mask from here, grab a brush tool and make sure color is absolute black, and opacity, it should be 100%. It's important. Then make sure hardness is 0. And let's make the brush a little bit bigger and remove it from the parts where we don't need. So something like this. It's looking good, but we need to remove some opacity. So let's go and keep it somewhere around like 69. Turn it on and off, looking amazing. Now let's make it a little bit bright. So for that, go and create new adjustment layer and select curves. And then I'm gonna go and make it tiny bit brighter from here. Yeah, almost perfect. Go and close it. Now let's go and create those light rays. It's simple. Go and create new blank layer. Then you don't have to do anything. Your only job is make sure the color here are black and white, no other else. Then right click here and select a marquee tool, the round one, and make a circle, something like this. It doesn't have to be exact. Now we need to add a little bit of feather. So for that, go to select, modify, and where is it, the feather. But this time I'm gonna add a lot of it. So keep it somewhere around like 20. Hit OK. Now go to filter, render, and this time go and select clouds. So you will have this really nice clouds. Then go to select, and where is it, deselect, so we don't have selection. After that, go and select your move tool here and move it on this angle here, somewhere on. Then go to filter, blur, and here we have to find radial blur, this one. And here go and make zoom option, and this point should be all the way here. Increase the amount a little bit, somewhere around here. The quality should be best. Then go and hit OK. Now we have to adjust it a little bit. So for that, go and press Ctrl T and rotate it a little bit. Then confirm it so the rays are straight. Then again go and press Ctrl T and stretch it somewhere around like this. Pretty good. Then go and make it smaller, something like this. Then rotate it somewhere around here, put it here. Pretty good. Then go and confirm it. Now I'm gonna go and change its blending mode to screen so we get rid of all the black parts. Now as you can see, it's ridiculously strong. So what we can do, right click and select blending options, and here this first one, do you see here, blend with gray, hold your alt key and then go and drag it here on this side all the way here. So that's really nice. Then go and hit OK. Now reduce its opacity so it blends in real nice. And if you want to adjust it, just like every time, you can go and adjust it, press Ctrl T and manage it however you want. After that, I selected my eraser, and then I can go and erase it a little bit from here and a little bit from here, so it's only in the middle and doesn't look hideous. So that's it, and this is the final output. Now let's look at the after before. So this is the image that we started with, and this is the final effect, and everything is non-destructive. So if you don't like anything, you can change it anytime. So let's go and make it a little bit less bright. So I'm gonna go and reduce the opacity of curves so it's less bright, and you can go and reduce the rim light if it's way too strong. So I think 45% looks better. You can do anything. So this is it for this video, and I really hope that you learned something. If you did, hit that like button, and if you have any kind of questions or suggestions, ask me in comment section below. If you wanna check out more tutorials by me, you can click on any of these boxes, and you can also subscribe to my channel. So every time I upload a new video, you will get the update, plus it will take you to my YouTube channel where I have tons of Photoshop tutorials just waiting for you. So till then, goodbye, take care, and have some fun with Photoshop.